Hi there, my name's Aaron Short and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm checking out the TC Electronic Ditto Plus looper pedal. So the original Ditto looper pedal has been around for several years and it's on many pedal boards out there. It's a really great looper, but the thing is I'm not a fan of one button loopers. Because I play out quite a lot, I need a looper pedal with several buttons. The more buttons the better, really. You may have seen my video on the RC500 where I set it up with an 8-button Morningstar MC8 pedal to give me even more functionality. However, I've recently made a small, all-in-one compact pedal board. I'll be covering that in a future video, so please do subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about that. And I needed a very small looper. I want a looper on this pedal board. I have barely any space. This little tiny pedal, you can see how small it is by the size of the jack next to it. And even that is starting to fall off the side of the board, as you can see. So this is a really great looper pedal because not only is it compact, but it's got some features in there that punch way above its weight. And I'll show you those today, as well as some tips and tricks I've discovered about using it. But do remember it's a one-button looper pedal, and there will always be drawbacks to that because one button is very hard to use on a stage. But I'll show you what I'm doing with it and why I think it's a really great pedal to add to your compact board, or any pedal board in fact. This is a great tool to have at your disposal. And before I get started, I want to give a quick shout out to Licado pedals. I reviewed one of their pedals from Amazon a while ago, and it's very similar to this. In fact, it does some things this does not do, and it's about half the price as well. Right now in the USA, this Ditto Plus pedal is retailing for around $130. The Licado is about half that price. And it is a great alternative if you're on a budget. I'll put a link to that below, both my original review of that and the Amazon affiliate link as well. Having said that, the Ditto Plus has a feature that the Licado pedal does not have that I think is really quite ingenious, and I'll show you that in this video. So today I'm plugging into the Synergy Combo Amp here, and I have a Friedman BEBB module in there. Again, I'll put these links below. I'm using just the clean of that, the Buxom Betty clean. It's a really nice sparkly bright clean and I love it. And then into that I'm using a drive pedal, a delay pedal, a reverb pedal, a boost pedal and a tuner with the looper at the end. The great thing with a looper pedal like this is you can put it at the start of your chain. And that means if you record your dry guitar in, it will just play that for you so you can get down there and make some changes and hear them reflected in real time without playing the guitar. This pedal will be great to carry in your gig bag at all times just for that purpose alone. And a one-button looper is fine for something like that. But today I'm using the looper at the end of the chain. That means if I record reverb, delay or distortion, that will also be recorded so I can build up a song in real time. So let's get down there and check this thing out. There's some really cool features I want to show you today. Okay, so here is my pedal board. There's the Ditto Plus. Again, it's really small. The power is on the side there. And the granite grey is going into that. The Ditto Plus is going out into the 2 notes cap to X. I love that thing lately. You're hearing a direct sound and it sounds really great. This is what my clean sound is like just through the Hall of Fame reverb pedal. So there you go, a very bright, clean sound. And I'll show you this board in a future video. Let's get onto the looper. So as you can see, we now have this very bright and clear screen. All pedals should have a screen like this. This is such a game changer. To be this compact and have a screen and this functionality is fantastic. So what that shows you is the status of what's happening. So for example, if you press on the button here, it starts to record. And you see this huge recording indicator, the big red dot. So you know you're recording. On the big stage, when you're looking down at the board, this is so important. So you're recording there, and when you're done, you press it again, and it's playing. So now you've got a play icon, you're playing the loop back again. Absolutely brilliant. And if you hold down the button as you would expect, it undoes it, or it deletes it in this case. So again, you can record, you can play, it's now playing, you can overdub. So it's recording again. When you're done, you play. And if you don't like that overdub, you hold down and it undoes it. So it's now undone that one. Okay. And you can hold down again and it's playing again, and you can double tap to stop. And if you keep it held down, it deletes. Everything you got from the original Ditto is there in that regard. And then you've got your big volume knob on top that you can see that sets the volume of that recording. So if you've got the original Ditto, that works exactly the same. Let's look at what's new though. Well, of course, the screen is new, and I think that's a huge plus. You could even see where I was in the loop and also how long the loop was. and that's track 1. There are 99 tracks in here, and those 2 buttons at the top beside the volume will let you change tracks. Now I'm going to keep repeating the same theme today. You cannot really use that on stage because they're recessed and there's no way to connect a 2-button foot switch to scroll through them. It would be really great if they'd included a connection for a 2-button foot switch to go up and down loops. That would have been a fantastic thing, but they didn't. So, okay, you can get down there and you can change it manually if you need to. I mean, I think I would use this in a band or something and just have a few tracks saved in here, because you could import tracks too. So I would do that and just get down there and change them for those few songs. If you're going to be importing tracks into here for every single song, you don't want to be getting down on the floor between every song. That's not possible. I think of those kind of features as bonuses because, again, it's not really designed for performance. And indeed, a 1-button looper isn't really designed for performance. It's more designed for song ideas, practicing, maybe the occasional loop or playback of a backing track on stage. So how do you get those backing tracks in there? Well, you connect the USB cable to your computer. By the way, there is a firmware update available right now. Do install that firmware update, and you can then drag and drop files into the looper. And I have imported a loop here into track 10, and I'll show you that right now. So like I said, I'm gonna have to get down there to press that button. Now the cool thing is you can see straight away there's a loop in there because it's flashing yellow. It's ready to be played and there's an icon of a loop. So that's really great as well. I love the screen on this. So let's hit play. And this is such a great practice tool, right? Because now I can practice playing over this loop, which is in time. And if I try to delete it, it doesn't actually delete it. It deletes what I've recorded, but not the loop. That's really nice. So what do you do if that loop is too quiet or too loud? Well, I would always try to import the loops at the correct volume. But if that is the case, if you press those 2 arrows together, it allows you to adjust the volume of the imported loop. And then you've still got the ability to adjust the volume of the recorded loop as well. That's really, really fantastic. I love that. So you think about it. I mean, the possibilities of this are endless, right? You can import a metronome click to practice to in the morning. You can import a song backing track of your own. You can import a cover song. You can import sound effects, a round of applause. Absolutely fantastic. Like I said, I wish there was a way to connect the 2-button foot switch, but there is not. I love the ability of this thing. I hope they make a 2-button version in the future with the ability to add a 2-button foot switch as well. For full-time performance, that would be an absolute game changer. Anyway, back to this again. So that's how you import a loop. I'm back to track 1, and the other cool thing here is if you record something that you love, if you move on to the next track, it will automatically save that first recording, that first loop. Even if you unplug the pedal when you come back, it will be there. So let's say you're at a gig and you're jamming something. So let's say you just finished your song and the crowd went crazy and you were so inspired by what you played and it was recorded and you were listening back and really getting into it. Just get down there and press on to the next track. And when you get home, you can import that loop into your computer and then put it into your DAW and write a song around it. Again, what a great feature to have with you. But let me just stop here and show you what happened. I've stopped the loop and it's ready to play. If I want to delete that, I'll have to get down there and go on to the next loop, or turn the volume down and delete it, because if I try and delete that right now, you're going to hear it for a second. It's not the end of the world, but it's not really professional, is it? That's probably my biggest drawback to a 1-button looper. And the other one is, how do you stop your loop in time? Because what you don't want to happen is this. Now, I totally over-exaggerated that. So this is my biggest problem with a 1-button looper. How do you finish the song? And also, how do you avoid getting that little playback when you need to clear something? Well, if you're smart and every time you stop a loop, you delete it by keeping the button held down, you'll never hear that other sound coming through when you have to clear it. The thing with stopping is really important. A big problem with some one button loopers, like the one on the line 6 Helix, is to clear a loop, you have to double tap. And to double tap, you have to go da-da really fast, like da-da, and hold it. It's not practical at all, and I can't even do it a lot of the time. Thankfully, TC have been very clever here. You can kind of do it in time. You just have to count, and I'll give you an example. Let's say your loop is like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. What you have to do is you have to press it on the and then that 1 again. So you have to count yourself. Again, this is not intuitive like a 2-button looper, but it can be done with practice. For example, on this loop, if I just count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, as long as I press on the and the 1 in time, it will clear it. Now on another 1-button looper, this might not work. It'll be too slow, too long. You have to do that as fast as you can. I can never do that. But on the Ditto Plus, this is possible. Check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. And it stops on the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Okay? And you'll be playing over that anyway. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. It works, right? With a bit of practice and patience, you can do this. The other thing is, never leave it stopped like that unless you know you need to play it again. If you're not going to play it again and you're moving on to another song, clear it. Keep it held down. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Kept it held down and it's gone. Now I'm ready for the next song. There we go. That's a way around it. You can perform with this. It's just not as convenient as a 2-button looper, but it's better than any other 1-button looper I think I've used. Some get it right, some do allow this as well, and I think that's the way forward with a 1-button looper. So are we done? No, there's still another couple of awesome features here. In fact, I haven't even got to those things yet. I think you'll agree, this thing is great already. If you've got a small pedal board or you just want something to practice with, I think you should really check this out, even up to this point. But there's something else here that's so clever and well thought through. There's something called loop extend. So with most 1-button loopers or any looper, the length of the loop dictates the length of the loop you can play and record over. Let me show you what I mean. If I record this rhythm for 1 bar, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. If I want to play 4 bars over that, this is what happens. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Second bar. Oh dear. Third bar. Fourth bar. That's not good, right? The first loop dictates the length of the whole thing. With loop extend, you can record 1 bar and then record as many bars as you want over it, and it will keep adding to that first bar. Let me show you what I mean. Simply hold down the 2 arrows until it says loop extend mode and press yes. Okay, extended loop play. Sorry, that's what I meant. It sounds like this now. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. See? You can hear that first loop, the percussion, and the chords are extended. How cool is that? That is groundbreaking, that is ingenious, and there is one thing to be aware of. Now, there is something that can go wrong here. Normally, when you're using a 2-track looper, you would just play the first loop, and then play the second loop, and then press the button on the 1 again. If you press the button on the 1 here, even slightly, even a hair over time, it will do another loop, and it will mess up. I'll show you what I mean. Check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and then play your chords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I see. It didn't start playing them. I wasn't even trying, but I was slightly over the beat. And it done another loop. It can't really know. It's just the way it works. It's not a bug, it's just the way it has to work with the algorithm, of course. But they've built in a way around this, and I only found this on their official video. It allows you to press the stop button before the end of the loop, anytime during that last loop, and then it starts again. This is actually cool, because you can just press it anytime, concentrate on playing, and it will come back around for you in time with the first one. It will kind of sync them up. Let me give you an example. So I actually pressed it on like the 3, beat 3 there. I didn't wait until the 1. You might have seen my foot press it early. And another example is this, playing a little riff. Record. I can press it now. And it automatically ended the loop in the correct place. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and stop. So if you practice with this, you can do some really cool stuff. You can do things that a 2-track looper can do in this one little looper, but you do have to practice and know what you're doing. This isn't something I would just go out and gig with, because I'm so used to the way my Boss looper and my Eros looper and Quantaloop work. I have to really think with this. So it's not that easy. Once again, if they made a 2-button version, it would be amazing. And if they put other features in that too, it could rival all the loopers I just mentioned. Having said that, I think any musician should own this looper because it's small, it's compact, it's affordable. You can use it for sound check, you can use it for practice, you can use it for rehearsal, you can use it for importing sound effects, you can use it for songwriting, you can use it for performance if you want to. It's just an absolutely brilliant product. The way they've thought it out is amazing. And I just want them to put this technology into other products to make a 2-button, a 4-button looper even more incredible than they are now. I just got this pedal yesterday. I got it because it would fit on the board. I was expecting to like it, but maybe not love it. But the minute I plugged it in and realized the features they've crammed into this pedal, it just blew my mind. And I absolutely love this thing. And it's just going to live on this board. And I'll also use it for sound checks and rehearsals and things like that as well. It's just absolutely fantastic. And well, I think you can tell that I like it a lot. So I hope that was useful. Loop extend mode is groundbreaking. The regular mode is really great. The fact you can store 99 loops. The loops can be 60 minutes long, which is crazy. It's very affordable. It fits on any pedal board, fits in any gig bag. Yep, I really, really like this thing. And if you're looking for a looper right now, you should definitely check it out. And if you're new here, please do subscribe and ring the bell. I really would appreciate it. But before I go, I have one more. Can you believe it? There's one more feature I haven't shown you yet. Check this out. I'm going to plug the looper in and hold the right arrow button while I do so. Are you ready for this? That's right, you can actually play Pong during your rehearsal breaks. How cool is that? If you'd like to see me make a video just playing Pong, please put a like below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.